This is how to get perfect gelx application that will last you 4 to 6 weeks. In part 1, we went over nail prep and sizing, which are extremely important for your retention. In this part, we're going over application. After cleansing the nails with alcohol, I'm going in and applying some dehydrator. This is my favorite gel adhesive. It really doesn't get hot and it doesn't need a primer. And this is the lamp I'm going to be using for my application. I recommend a hands-free one. After we've etched our tips, we are going to go in and apply our gel adhesive on the inside, just in that area that we already etched and outlined with the sanding band. This is a super thin layer. We don't want to apply this thick because that's when you can have issues with flooding. And then scrape a tiny bit off on the end. Just start with less. We can always add more. And we will take the tip in between our pointer and thumb and apply a little bit of gel on the free edge. And then we're going to use our middle finger to kind of anchor our other finger down on. We're going to be applying this tip at a 45-degree angle, slightly sliding it down before laying it flat. And then we'll use pressure from our thumb and our pointer that are holding the tip to spread that gel down to the free edge. Once the gel has spread, we want to go ahead and quickly flash cure just for about 10 seconds, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next finger. The key to get really long retention, in my opinion, is applying the gelx just a little bit above the cuticle. When we apply the tip right at the cuticle area, sometimes gel can seep out a little bit while you're applying. It's totally normal, but if you do that right next to the cuticle, that gel is going to seep out underneath the proximal fold and you will have issues with lifting. Here I'm showing you again applying that gel on the inside of the tip, just on the etched area, scraping a little bit off. I get a lot of questions about how to make sure that they're not crooked, so I like to apply them facing away from me because I can see exactly where I need to apply the tip at to make sure it's nice and straight. And we're placing that middle finger underneath our finger we're applying the gelx tip on again, applying the tip and laying it down flat. And as you can see, the gel wasn't really spreading. I was having to apply a lot of pressure, which you don't want to have to do. So we're going to use pressure to scrape all of that gel off, and we're just going to add a tiny bit more, and then we will go back in and apply the tip again. If you were to cure the gelx tip like that with applying a lot of pressure, it's likely that it will pop off because there is a ton of tension in that area. So even if you just hit your finger on something, it could just pop right off. We just want to make sure that we're applying with little to no pressure, getting the gel to spread down, flash curing, and then you'll be good to go. This step is optional, but I do like to apply a little top coat underneath the nail to kind of fill in any areas that maybe I over etched or had a little bit of an overflow of gel. I will flash cure them and then fully cure them by putting my hand in underneath the larger lamp. Also make sure you have already fully cured your gelx application as well, not just using that small lamp. The last part, we're going to go over how to fix this little ridge and this edge that can be created and how to get a perfectly seamless gelx application with rubber base. We will be back on Friday for that video.